We want. Hey, welcome back. With us now, Time Magazine's managing editor, Rick Stengel. He's here to reveal the latest issue of Time Magazine, and it is the Time 100, a list you do every year.
Yes, indeed. Our 8th annual Time 100 list of the most influential people in the world. It's not a hot list. It's not a power list. It's about the power of influence, not the influence of power, and we have 100 fantastic names. Because, of course, what's happened this year, the transformation in the Middle East, the tragedy in Japan, we have a disproportionate number of people from the Middle East, from Asia, and people from the social media world, which I think has enhanced and changed all of these and deepened all of those events.
You also have somebody in here that, and what a shot. I would guess no op-ed this year got Americans talking more than this woman's in the Wall Street Journal, and it started a national debate.
Yes, that's we put 2 tigers in Amy Chua's daughter's bedroom, and you know, Amy Chua is the great prophet of tiger moms, and has caused that great debate, and it's you know, it's a lovely and wonderful picture of her.
Also, here's a man that was a punchline at times during the campaign, who has actually become one of the most powerful forces in America because he's such a key player in the White House.
Yes,
and a lot of vice presidents aren't.
Right. I mean, the thing is, what you have to do when you're looking at a U.S. administration. Obviously, the president of the United States is always going to be on the most influential list every year. But who do you choose to put on from those folks? And Biden is really, we call it the counselor in chief. He really is kind of the deputy for figuring out the toughest things in the administration.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about education this year. It's been on the front burner for the country as well. And one of the real leaders there, great shot of Jeffrey Canada. Glad to see him on the list.
Yes, it's a beautiful shot by Marco Grob. Jeffrey Canada, I think, you know, in part because of the movie, in part because of everything that he's done over the years, is really a tremendously influential force in American education.
A force right now in the middle of the debate, former backbencher, now the chairman of the Budget Committee, Paul Ryan from Wisconsin. Why is he on the list?
And written by Scott Walker. No, Paul Ryan, I think, has really shaped the debate about the deficit and the debt. And whether you like his proposal or not, whether you think it's bold or not, he's put something on the table that then has galvanized everybody else to actually reckon with those issues.
Talk about.
Hey, where? There's somebody you're missing.
Have we buried the lead here?
Hold on. Let me see. I think I saw Chris Snooki.
Yeah, where is Snooki in this list?
Sorry, Coach. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah.
No.
Chris Christie, guy we talk about a good bit.
Fantastic. Right. There are a lot of Republican contenders. We're entering a presidential year. The Republican Party has had a rebirth and renaissance, and of course, you know, has some problems as well. Quite a lot of Republicans on the list. Michelle Bachmann is on the list as well.
Well, we've buried the lead here. May I?
Let me do it. Okay. Matt Weiner. What he did last year on Mad Men. I don't know if you follow Mad Men or not.
I do.
It was breathtaking from the first to the last. This keeps getting better.
It's true, and it's hard to make it better year after year.
I'm going to keep.
Speaking of which.
Julian Assange.
Okay.
Oh, he is great.
Fantastic picture of Julian Assange.
You interviewed him this year.
We did. Actually, it was the end of last year, right. And I mean, he's obviously had some difficulties and controversies, but he's still shaping events and perceptions of events, and who knows what's going to happen.
And let me ask you about this, okay? Okay, let's put that up.
Okay.
Let's let it.
I can't see it from here.
Blake Lively. Why did you put Blake Lively on the list?
Well, because she's shaping perceptions of young women around America and the world. She's very poised. And on the left, we have.
Hold on, let's go to the other side of the page. So, seriously, Will and Kate. Obviously, over here, the whole world looking at Will and Kate.
Yes, she's a fashion icon now. It's the soft power of Great Britain. Why people are spending all this time on such a frivolous matter, I don't know exactly. But and then right smack dab in the middle. What is that? Come on.
It was great to have you here, Rick.
This is a horrible clerical error made by Time Magazine.
This is. I don't know what you guys are smoking over there.
How did that get in there?
I don't know.
Joe Scarborough on the Time 100 this year.
And you know what? I couldn't find anyone to say anything nice about Joe. I finally prevailed. I strong-armed Mayor Bloomberg.
Thank God. He's got to. He's my mayor.
A few nice things. Exactly. He's got to.
It's like
he's just trying to get your vote for a 4th term. That's what it is.
So you got Joe on the list. Why'd you put Joe on?
Because and far be it from me to say something nice publicly about Joe.
No. Please don't.
You know, every morning Joe and you guys around the table shape the conversation, the national conversation, and ultimately the international conversation about the most important things going on. People in the White House watch, people in the Fed watch. For better or for worse, you're stirring that pot of coffee every
So
morning.
I'm like Hitler, for better or for worse. No, seriously, it's the whole show, and I know you couldn't put Mika, and the mayor mentions Mika, and there's Willie and Mike and all of us.
And Chris.
And of course Chris, but it's very interesting. We didn't realize when British prime ministers come over, they say they watch over there, and you had the most fascinating conversation, Willie, with somebody from Cairo.
From the ambassador's office.
Before the uprisings in Cairo.
I thought they were kidding. They said, yeah, it's on in the afternoon there. They said, yeah, you're sort of the afternoon news. I said, morning, Joe. They get MSNBC there, and that's where they get the American news. I want to read an excerpt. Mayor Bloomberg writing about Joe. Joe speaks with his mind without fear or favor because he puts his country before his party. He served for 7 years as a Republican congressman from Florida, but he is a patriot before he's a politician or a pundit.
There you go, Willie.
That independence is what makes Joe Scarborough such a valuable voice in American politics. That's what makes Morning Joe such a successful show. And here's the most important part, that and, of course, the real star of the show, Mika Brzezinski.
Well, Willie, we know that.
We've known that for 4 years.
We know that, yeah, wherever we go, people talk about Mika.
That is true. And we miss her this morning.
We do. She's in the south of France.
It's all this boys club here. We need Mika this morning.
Finally.
Yes.
Finally. Recognition.
Finally. Joe Biden.
Are you a big Biden proponent?
Huge. I love Joe.
We have a rule on this show. You can't say anything bad about him. It's the one editorial rule.
Has he been? He's been on the show.
Yeah, he's been on the show. Yeah. He watches. You know, though, you're right. Though he watches every day.
Well, we should have done it, frankly, during the last election campaign, because just the personal experience I had coming on, and then the rest of the day, people would say, "Hey, I saw you on Morning Joe," or
And then the follow-up question is: Joe really that much of a jerk in person? And
everyone wants to know.
Everyone wants to know that question. And the answer is yes. Well, listen, the list has gone to hell this year, but thank you for coming on anyway. We greatly appreciate it.
Great issue.
All right.
Rick,
Thanks a lot, Rick.
Thank you.
Time's 100 most influential people in the world. Go pick up a copy. And up next, Everyone Loves Raymond, repackaged for a Russian audience. This is hilarious.
Unbelievable.
It's great. You got to stick around and watch this. Really funny.